Hello, welcome. This is Peña Madridista de Finlandia podcast, our episode 3. And this time, as you can hear, we are in English because we have very special visitor all around from motherland Spain, from Peña Madridista de Cambrilsin. Welcome. We have the secretary of the Peña and the chairman of the Peña. Can you please present yourself?
I'm the secretary of the Peña. My name is Brenda, and this is Òscar. He's my vice secretary from the Peña, and we do all the contacts with the Peñas and with the outside world of Cambrilsin.
So how are you guys? Have you seen a lot of Real Madrid games this season?
Yeah, we don't miss one game. We watch them all, and it doesn't matter what time, what day of the week, what time of the day. We watch them all, and we all watch them here in our new place, together with all the Peñists.
Yes, I tell the listeners that Cambrils is a relatively small city in Spain, like 35,000 people, right? One
Yes.
hour, 1 hour south from Barcelona, in Catalonia, in a hostile neighborhood. So
Yes.
we are very excited to have you guys here because you can tell us like how is the life of Peñistas in Madridistas in Catalonia. But before we go that, we always start our podcast by watching. This game was 1-1, and I think Atlético Madrid has been in kryptonite against Real Madrid this season, right? It's been really difficult. What did you think about this game?
It's a shame that they scored the goal in the last minute. In the earlier years, we always used to win, but since Simeone is the trainer of Atlético de Madrid, it's been more difficult every year to play against them. We think it's in this game, Ancelotti, the trainer, was a bad decision in the end of the game. In our opinion, we are not trainers and specialists, but that's what we saw. And then, especially the last 5-6 minutes in the extra time, you could feel that there was something going to happen. Like it was almost clear that they were going to score the goal. But it was okay. 1-1, it's not a disaster at all.
It's not a disaster, but in this season, we lost like straight in Wanda Metropolitano,
Yes,
and we lost in the Copa, and now 1-1. So
yes.
why is it so difficult against Atletico this season?
I think because we've been playing so many games together, we know each other really, really well. There's no surprise factor anymore. And it's just a matter of who is the best that day, I think. You can have a bad day or one error and you can lose the match. I think that's it. I think we are just in the same level now.
Aquí los del Atleti,
Hmm.
me las tienen tomada medida. Dile que nos tienen tomada medida.
Yeah, he thinks the same. Like we know each other too well, and since we have the same players, and we always play a same system, and they do as well. So there's no surprise anymore.
Dile que, por desgracia, este año tenemos bajas muy importantes.
Well, yeah, he says
que nos han ganado, pero que las que tenemos estamos.
it's the problem is that we have a lot of very important players injured this season. Because I think if we would have Courtois in the goal,
Militao.
and Militao in the defense, I don't think we would have lost. Not to say that the other goalkeepers are not good, but we are missing some excellence level in some very, very important spots, I think.
Y que el empate vino precedido porque el problema de Camavinga, que es muy joven, ¿vale? Tenía la manía de conducir demasiado el balón.
Yeah, he says the problem too with the younger players, like Camavinga, and they miss some experience in these kind of matches to really know where the game is going.
Cuando tenía que haber aguantado el balón y quedaban 2 minutos.
Like control the ball possession more than keep attacking, because if they would have controlled the ball in the last 4 or 5 minutes more in defense, it would not have happened. This would not have happened, we think.
Pero que no pasa nada, que cuando tengamos que ganar, lo ganamos.
Yeah, he says the next time we are ready and we're going to kill them, so it's okay.
The next match was against Girona, and it was a straight 4-0 win. And was it because Girona has been excellent this season? Did they have a bad game, or did we have an excellent game? And how do you see the quality of LaLiga? What does it tell you that the first place against the second, and it could have ended like 5-0 or 6-0 or something?
Well, we won there too, 3-0. So they won all their other games, but they didn't win against us. I think Mitchell is a very good trainer. That's first. And then why they have a bad day? Maybe, but we did not let them play their game either. So and our game was excellent. Everything that we did. Sometimes you try and nothing works, and that game everything was to perfection. I think if we wanted, we could have made more goals. But I think they didn't want to damage the other team more than necessary. So in the final part of the game, they did not keep on attacking. Well, if he had scored the penalty, it would have been 5. But 4 is enough. But they are very good this year. But it's a long season too for them. So I don't know where they will end up.
Bueno, que es un partido importante, de los mejores partidos que ha jugado en Madrid, pero gracias y todo porque Girona es un equipo que quiere jugar.
Yeah,
eso nos facilita.
Girona is also they like to play football too. Not like Atlético de Madrid, they have another style of football, and Girona is very straightforward too, and so it was an overall equal game, but we were better, a lot better.
What do you think of the quality of La Liga this year? There's a big difference between first and the second.
Well, Barcelona is not in a very good place right now. Otherwise, they would have been up there too.
Bueno, pienso que bueno, queda mucha liga aún.
Yeah, Òscar says there's still a lot of games to play.
Claro, vamos a jugar la Champions.
And the important games will come now, like the Champions League. The other games have to play the King's Cup games. So it's a long season. Still, a lot of things can happen. Like last year, we were ahead too, and then in the end, someone gets better and they catch us. So I think it's a little bit too soon to say that the Liga is going to finish where it is now. I would not. I don't know, because Girona can stop now and they can end up like 5th. It's possible. But if they keep going playing like this, and we have like 1 or 2 games not so good, they can easily take over the lead again. Everything is possible. It's too soon, I think, to celebrate.
Que el Madrid continuará ganando.
Yeah.
Hay que dormirse.
We have faith. We have faith that we are going to win this Liga this year. But you cannot you cannot celebrate too soon. They give the prizes at the end of the game, not before it's over. So we don't want to be too confident.
Let's go to the third game we had in now, which was in Liga de Campeones against Leipzig. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts again from the game?
Difficult game, really difficult.
Champions League.
But Champions League is always difficult. Leipzig and German teams are normally tough teams to play, especially in the Champions League.
Y es un equipo que yo personalmente pienso que si pasamos la eliminatoria, aparte del City, pocos equipos nos van a poner más de dificultades que eso.
Yeah, Òscar says he thinks that Leipzig apart from Manchester City, that's still playing. That of the teams that are still playing is one of the most difficult teams to beat because of the kind of football that they play.
No, es un fútbol que más igual de físico, muy físico.
It's a lot of physics and really tough games.
And really fast.
Yes.
Yeah, it reminded me of the unfortunate Ajax of 2017.
Yeah.
Like a really young, fast and physical team, and it was like you said, we didn't have lots of space, and it was difficult to play our game in there.
Yes.
And how did you see like Bellingham didn't play? Like how do you see like our team performing without Bellingham?
No, you can. It's definitely a big difference if the Bellingham plays or not plays, and it's really special because he's only 20 years old. So and he has such a big influence already on the team. But I think this year, with all the injuries, because the team is really a good team and healthy, I think that's what makes our team strong this year. The bond and the atmosphere in the team. Even if there's important players not playing, the other ones will work even harder to achieve the goals, I think.
Tienes que explicarle que es importante la baja Bellingham. Bellingham no, es lo que a nosotros desde pequeños nos han explicado nuestros padres, nuestros abuelos. Era un jugador que estaba en todos los sitios del campo. Te defendía, te atacaba, se ponía en el medio campo.
Yeah, Òscar says like Bellingham is. You can notice like of the younger players or the older people that used to watch Di Stefano play football, and he was like so important. He was everywhere. He was controlling the defense, the center, the attacks, and he was everywhere and nowhere. And that's really a big loss if someone like that is injured.
How do you see our team defensivamente, like the defense this year?
It could be better. But I think with Militao and all the injuries and Courtois missing, when the season started and Courtois was injured and Militao was injured and Alaba was injured, I personally thought, this is going to be a really bad year. But the other ones really stepped up. So it's not perfect. You have to score more goals than the other to win the game. So that's lucky because on the other side, we're really good this year.
In our Peña, like people were kind of disappointed that we didn't sign anybody in January. What do you think?
Yeah, but Florentino is not signing a lot of people. He is really holding on to the money because the big decisions are coming up now. He has been saving his money for Mbappe, I think.
Davies.
and Davies. He thought with what we had, it would be enough. Because there's not really anyone at the moment, I think, other than Davies, that I think will come next year, that we could have signed as a substitute for the ones that are now. Because we already had the best, I could not name one or two players that we could have signed. I don't know about you.
Well, there were some ideas that we could have like a temporary signing for 6 months, some veteran who.
Yeah, well, they don't like that too much. I think I don't think in our history we have never done that. Yeah. Or he signs the best, or he doesn't sign at all, and we just have to do with what we have. Because when Madrid says we want to sign someone, the price goes up immediately, and they want more money for a player than maybe worth it. So I think the idea is to recover players that are injured now, and then for the next season maybe sign on Davies or Joko, or I don't know his name. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, the French guy from Lille. Yeah,
the young player. Yes. So I think that's what they're waiting for.
Great. But let's forget for a moment about the signings and what's happening, transfer rumors and what's happening today. And could you guys please tell about Peña Cambrilsin? I understood like we Finnish Peña are relatively new, like been here for a couple of years, and so is Cambrilsin. So how did you? How is? Can you tell about your history and how was the?
Well, in 2020, there was a small group of people that wanted to make the Peña here in Cambrilsin. So they started talking about it and gathering people, and the first meetings we had were like in a garage of someone, and talking about what the idea was, what we wanted to create. And then a small group, like 7 or 8 people, we stood up and said, okay, we're going to dedicate our time and see if we can achieve something. But then the COVID situation was happening, and all the paperwork, we had to do everything online. And in Catalonia, I think too, it has a little bit of delay because it was the Peña of Madrid and not of Barça. So everything was a little bit slower. And then in 2022, they officially registered the Peña in Madrid and here in Catalonia and in our place in Cambrils as well, as an official Peña. And then we started with 50 or 60 people paying a membership.
100 euros a year.
No, we started with 60 euros a year.
Okay.
The first year, because we did not have a place yet.
Yeah.
So we wanted to save money for in the future if we found a place, because you have to paint, you have to buy a TV, a lot of money goes into a project like this. And then we started growing and growing. And in December last year, we had a Christmas gathering, we had a dinner. And before that, we had our first annual member meeting, where we talked about the financial situation of the club and everything. And then everybody said that they really, really wanted to have a place to come together and watch the football. So that's when we decided to go from 60 to 100 euro to be able to start something. And then we found this place, and they lowered the rental price a little bit for us to help us.
They help in Catalonia. They help you like lower price. I thought
It's the owner.
Dile que no sé la sensación que tendrán ellos. Digo, en Cataluña hay al menos 3 millones de personas que son del Madrid.
Yeah, it's difficult here, but there's like I think there's almost 8 million people in Catalonia, but I think there's like from 8 million, 3 million people are Real Madrid fans. A lot of Real Madrid fans here. The only thing is that, like here in Cambrils, when we used to win a game or a title, we didn't have a place to go to celebrate, because there's always people from Barcelona saying things and celebrating things or against you. So now we have our own place, and we don't have to listen to other people in bars or restaurants where we used to watch the games before. Now it's just our people here, and we can just relax and watch the games. But it's more difficult here in Catalonia. Yes, it is.
Is it like really seriously difficult? Like, do you get harassment if you walk with the
Yeah, but I think where the problem comes from, really, I think, is politics. It's not so much the football, because there's a really big problem with the politics between Catalonia and the rest of Spain. And Barcelona has included in their philosophy a lot of politics in their game. And I think the shock is mostly the politics and not so much the football games.
Dile que desde tiempos inmemoriales, desde que ellos son segundones, ¿vale? Aquí en Cataluña se ha escrito un relato que es mentira. Y se ha ido pasando de generación en generación. Y te lo repiten como si fuera loro, ¿sabes?
Lo de la política.
No, la política, lo de Franco, lo de Vendido, ¿sabes? Yeah. Que hay un relato instaurado, pero que es mentira.
It's like here, when you live here, like from really young, they tell you that Madrid is not good, Barcelona is better in the football and the politics. and they repeat it so many times. Like the people here, they start believing the stories, right? But again, I think if you only watch the football games, there's not so much problems. But everything always involves politics, and that's where the problems in. There's families that they have problems, not just because one is from Madrid and one is from Barcelona. That's too because there's different people in the family that have different ideas about the politics, which is really negative for everything else. I think that's the big problem. Not so much the football, but the political situation. I don't know if you hear a lot about it in Finland about the politics here in Catalonia, that they want to be independent and all that.
And it's now like 125 of you, right?
Yes, 125 today, but every day there's new members, and every game we open the place here.
Yeah.
There's new people watching and becoming a
Diría que
member.
nuestras expectativas están creciendo partido a partido. Cada partido vienen 5 o 6 minutos.
Yeah, okay. We opened this thinking that we had like we weren't going to grow that fast, but every time we have a game, like the Champions League game, it was midweek Tuesday on 9 o'clock. People have to work the next day, so I did not think there was going to be so many people, but it was again like 60, 65 people, 4 new members, because they come already with the money in hand, filling out the membership form, and they pay the whole year ahead.
Yeah.
Because there's a really, really, really good ambience here. The atmosphere is really fantastic, even better than I was hoping for. Really, it's like it's really buzzing. When I come home, it's like that you drink too much. You know the sensation that you drink too much and you have like your head, like the adrenaline. Every day I go home after a match here, it's like that sensation. It's really, really nice.
And you do trips to the matches, right? You organize.
As well, we organized a trip to Bernabeu now to watch the Sevilla game next weekend. But in the end, there's not enough people to fill a bus because it's like 500 kilometers from here.
Yeah.
But the people are going anyway. They're going in their own cars. So we will be represented with people in the Bernabeu.
Dile que hemos tenido un pequeño problema de pagos.
Yeah, it's because we're starting. It's our fault really. We were going with another Peña too, so we were like 50-50 with the entries. But we didn't mention on the application form that we were traveling together. So they gave us all the entries we asked for, but the other one didn't get anything. So we ended up with we didn't have enough. So,
Yeah.
but we're learning every game and every week we're learning new things. So just step by step. But we want to go when the stadium is finished. We want to organize a trip to see the tour around the Bernabeu.
Yeah.
And see if they can give us a tour around where they train, the training installations of Madrid. And every game we can go. Maybe next month or in April we want to go see a game.
Yeah, our Peña is also going in Easter. It's not that easy from here in Finland to
No, it's difficult.
but we have like I think 7 or 8 of us is going the Easter.
Good, nice.
One of the topics here in our podcast has been like which is more important, that Real Madrid plays really nice football, attacking technical football, or is it more important to win?
I think Madrid. The most important thing is you have to win. You always have to make one goal more than the other. And if it's nice football, it's okay. But we like Barcelona, because Barcelona has philosophy. They have to play nice, and they prefer to lose if they don't play nice, which I think is nonsense. So I think it's for the people. It's nice if you play good and you win, but in the end, you have to win. To win a title, you have to win. And we have played horrible games this season.
Al final, los años pasan y lo que queda son los títulos, las victorias.
Yeah, the years go by, and the only thing people remember is that you won 14 championships, not if you played nice football, winning them, or bad football. Or I think the most important thing is you have to win. And if you play nice football, it's better because it's more enjoyable. But it's not the most important thing. Winning is the most important.
So you would prefer like a really defensive Madrid to win than like a really attacking football, nice.
No. But if you play against a team that you have to play defensive, and if that's the only way you can win the game, then you have to do that. You have to find against every team plays different. But our football is not defensive anyway. Our football is attacking.
Yeah.
I don't think we will ever play really, really defensive. But if it's necessary, it's necessary.
What do you think of the Real Madrid, the Ancelotti? Is it like is it the kind of Real Madrid you want, or is it better, or should like how do you see their style? Is it like exactly the kind of Real, or do you think like some people have criticized it's more boring that it used to be like say in 2000 era, Galactico era?
Sí, es más aburrido que otros entrenadores.
No, es el entrenador perfecto en estos momentos para esto. Sí que echamos en falta que apueste un poquito más a los partidos por los jóvenes, porque tenemos la sensación, bueno, menos yo tengo la sensación de que el código de vestuario lo lleva al límite, ¿sabes?
Yeah.
¿Sabes? Entonces, quería ver más a Guller y otros jugadores.
No, we think at this moment it's the perfect trainer for us. But his personality, he's a gentleman, and Madrid is a club of gentlemen. But sometimes like he changes players too late, or it can be a little bit. But I think right now it's the best player the best trainer for Madrid. And other trainers had different styles, more aggressive maybe.
Yeah, more tactical.
Yes, different.
Yeah,
But I think right now there's not a better trainer for us.
So you wouldn't like the Real Madrid be more like say like a Girona type of thing, like more organized. You see that the Real Madrid players have more like libertad in their game. So
yeah, but that could be, but that gets out of control a lot of the times too. So I think it's really controlled, sometimes a bit too controlled. But I think with the type of players we have right now, I think Ancelotti is the perfect trainer.
Es un genio.
Òscar says he's a genius. he really has a way of understanding football. That's why I think he's really, really good. He's one of my favorite trainers from the last times.
Bellingham está jugando porque el Ancelotti le ha encontrado el sitio. Camavinga, cuando juega de lateral izquierdo, no juega de lateral izquierdo.
Oh yeah, he puts the players in the place where he thinks that they play best, not where they like to play. Like he has another vision of like Camavinga sometimes plays in a position where he doesn't like to play, but where he is best. So he puts everybody in the right spot, I think. Yeah. So definitely yes, he's the best right now.
one of the things he has been criticized and what has been a problem for Real Madrid for years that there hasn't been a lot of academy players in the first team. Why do you think it's so difficult to break from the ranks? Like,
por lo que te he dicho, por el código de vestuario. Es difícil estar hablando por los jóvenes, ¿no? Jugadores que no.
Ya, no muchos jugadores académicos.
Es que
from Asia comes all the time players to Barcelona, and we are like, why don't we get our own talents?
Ya, de la Masía, habla de la Masía, ¿no?
No, pero es un engaño. A ver, el Barcelona está jugando con los jóvenes porque tienen.
Yeah, Òscar says in Barcelona, for example, this year they're playing with a lot of players from the Masia. But I don't think if they would have the money to buy players, that there wouldn't been so many younger players playing in Barcelona as well.
Nosotros tenemos buenos jugadores. Nico Paz, por ejemplo, es un jugador que tiene que estar ya en el primer equipo, pero tenemos a Dani Ceballos que le cortan.
Yeah, he says Nico Paz, for example.
Yeah.
He's one of those players that could have a place in the team, but he has so many people that are better before them. In Barcelona right now, they don't have that. So I think that's why you see a little bit of the difference too now, that there's so many young people playing in Barcelona and not in Madrid. But if you have to compete against Bellingham and Vinicius and Rodrigo and names like that, you're not going to put a 16-year-old from the Madrid academy in the first team. I think it's bad luck for the players from the Real Madrid academy that there's no place.
Es muy difícil. Aquí tenemos un equipo
Es que no hay sitio
no hay
para los
sitio,
jóvenes.
claro, y pues tienen que fugarse y demostrar fuera que pueden jugar en.
Okay, normally they go play for other teams. A lot of the younger players from the academy go and play for other teams, and then when they grow a little bit, some of them come back and play for the first team, and some of them end their careers in other. But it's because the best of the best is always playing in the first team. It's really difficult, I think, to compete with that.
Por ejemplo, me volvía loco Arribas y
yeah, like last year, Arribas. Yeah, I really liked him too. But yeah, if you have to compete again against these people, and now with Mbappé coming next year, probably, we hope so, it will be even more difficult.
Que si viene, tenemos que tener claro que habrá alguna salida dolorosa. Modric será una de ellas.
Yeah, because Mbappé, when he comes, another one has to go. Like, for example, maybe Modric has to go, or even one from the ones of the attackers, because there's no place for everyone. There's only enough place for the best of the best.
Speaking of still a bit about Barcelona and our opponents, like which one do you see is like our biggest opponent today? Is it Barcelona or Atlético Madrid in La Liga?
Now, this season,
or
this year,
in your heart or in your minds?
I think the last couple of years, I think it was more difficult Atlético than Madrid. I think so. Barcelona always says, "Ooh, Madrid, Barcelona," and you never want to lose against them. But I think the games against Atlético and Madrid have been more difficult, more complicated. The last 2 or 3 years, maybe the years before that was more Barcelona.
How did you guys become Real Madrid fans? Could you tell me a bit about your history with the club? Like when did
Òscar, because of his father, when when they won the 5th Champions League, before it was the UEFA.
Yes.
And they call it La Quinta de Buitre. You have heard about that, I think, the 5th of. And so he saw when they won that final. That's when. ¿Cuántos años tenías tú? He was 8 years old. So that's way back from then. And he's now, ¿cuántos años tienes ahora?
47.
47. So almost 40 years. Almost 40 years.
And what do you remember from the game, Òscar?
Mira, recuerdo que ganamos la final, íbamos de morado y me acuerdo que metimos el gol, metieron algún gol y salió. Y me acuerdo que estaban todos de rodillas allí. No sé si metió un gol gallego.
He remembers that it was really a good game, and then they were playing with the purple shirts. And when the goal was, when they scored the goal, he remembers that everybody that was watching the game, they went down on their knees, like celebrating. It made a big impact in his memory. And his uncle and friends, like really, really shouting and celebrating. Big impact.
La 85, la final.
I am from the Netherlands, so
Yeah.
when I came to live here in Spain, I've always been watching football. And then when I met he's now my husband. I used to like Madrid already, but he took me to Madrid one trip, and we went into the tour of the Bernabeu, and I saw all the titles, and we watched the games together, and I fell in love with with the stadium, with the atmosphere, with everything, and from then, in 2002 we won the championship number 9, and then we went back to the stadium and we watched it there in the museum, and from then on I was like, yeah, there's nothing more than then we had to wait 12 years to win another one. But we've been, it's been from that time on. So that's 25 years now.
As you are from a football fan from Holland, I must ask you, like, do you remember anything from the 1995 when it was a big cooperation between Dutch football and Finnish football when Jari Litmanen played in Ajax and they won?
I remember, yeah.
Was it 97 or 95? I don't know. Some years.
Early, 94, 95, yes.
Yeah, but you weren't Ajax fan at the moment, no?
No, I've never been Ajax fan.
Feyenoord.
No, I'm PSV. My family is Feyenoord. Okay. But I think if you are an Ajax fan, you're most likely to then after that be a Barcelona fan. Because the Ajax players, a lot of them ended up in Barcelona.
Even Litmanen went to Barcelona.
Yeah. So I think Ajax and Barcelona, for me, the two of them are not. So that's the people that are Ajax fans are most likely to enjoy more Barcelona. And there's a lot of Dutch players that ended up in Barcelona. So I think that's because a lot of people are surprised when they ask me, why are you not Barcelona fan? Because you're from the Netherlands. And I always say, well, Barcelona and Ajax are the same. And I'm not from Ajax either, so easy for me.
Òscar, ¿tú jugador favorito de siempre?
A ver, de mi infancia, ¿de cuál es de infancia?
De siempre.
Sí.
From his youth, from when he was really young, or all time?
El buitre.
El buitre.
Guay, porque, bueno, dile que es porque es que es lo que vi de pequeño. Siempre te se queda el ídolo de pequeño es el que te se queda.
Because that's from like when he was so young and started from the first game, and when he started to really feel the Real Madrid, that's what made a huge impact on him. So it's like his the idol from his youth, and that stays there.
But can you tell us, like, we have lots of young listeners, like, what kind of a player was Putraqueño?
¿Qué tipo de jugador era?
Era un jugador ratilla, que tenía era como una especie de Messi, que sin la potencia de Messi, pero que driblaba en una baldosa. Se podía ir de 3 jugadores en una baldosa.
Like the kind of player like Messi was. Like
salvando la diferencia.
Not exactly the same, but he used to be like he would confront like 3, 4, 5 players and move his way up. He was special like that. Like there was this small group of players in Madrid, like when in the era of Messi with Xavi and Iniesta, special, and it made a huge impact. But it's more a sentiment, it's a feeling that is really hard to describe.
Ese equipo tiene que haber ganado una Copa Europa y el PSV no es
he says they should have won a European Cup, and PSV and my team they didn't let them. So and then after that Milan. Yeah. So they should have won more titles than they deserved more titles than that they have won. That special group.
And Brenda, for you, the favorite Real Madrid player of all time?
My favorite and still is Cristiano Ronaldo.
And well, we don't have to tell anybody who is what
No,
player he is, but what do you like most of Cristiano Ronaldo?
I think the determination, the hard work. Because some people, they like Messi, he was born with the talent,
Que tenía un don
and Cristiano,
es el trabajo.
well, you have to be good, but it's more like his work. He worked really hard all day, every day. He trains hard, physical work, and he never stops until he achieves what he wins. From Messi, it was like he had the talent already, and he was in the right place at the right time with the Xavi and Iniesta. Because Messi is a really good player, but he wasn't always good with his national team because he didn't have Iniesta and Xavi and all the people around him. And Cristiano Ronaldo is always good. It doesn't matter who is playing with him because he is the one that makes the difference, in my opinion.
No, y dile que hemos de reconocer que Cristiano Ronaldo es después de Di Stéfano, es el jugador de la segunda época dorada. Y eso
yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, in the first, we had like a first period where Di Stéfano was the golden guy. And then in the second era of Madrid, the one who makes all the difference is Cristiano Ronaldo, because without him, I don't think we would have won so many champions in a row. Benzema, after that, he did good too. But I think it's the hard work of Ronaldo and his determination. Because he's still like making 50 goals a year.
Okay, so next up we have games against Rayo. So what are your predictions?
Predicción para el Rayo.
Partido difícil.
It's not an easy game.
Pequeño campo.
Because it's a small stadium.
Y que dificulta más el juego para nosotros. Pero como siempre confiando que vamos a
I think we're going to win, but we always think we're going to win. So, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. But I think, yeah, maybe it's because we play in their stadium. I don't know. I predict 1-3.
Sí, 1-3.
And then there's Real Madrid against Sevilla.
I think that was not going to be really difficult. No, it's Sevilla is not playing too good, and we play
4-0 contra Sevilla.
4-0.
4-1. Sergio Ramos for
4-1. 4-1. Sergio Ramos,
Yeah. Okay. Well, one goal. Sergio Ramos. Yeah. So. But I think I think the game against Sevilla will be easier than next Sunday. Will be more difficult. I now see on the screen Valencia, Real Madrid. Most of the board members are going to that game. So if we score a goal, you have to watch the camera because they will have the flags and the name up there, so you will see them.
Can we have a prediction? Valencia is close to you as well. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours. Yeah.
Can we have a prediction for that game too?
Valencia. Difficult game. Difficult game. I hope we win, but that game may be a draw, like 1-1 or no, I don't know.
Es un campo que presiona mucho y que nos tienen ganas porque al inicio le tienen mucha ganas.
Yeah, and there's always a psychological match with Valencia because they are really, really against Vinicius. So, and if Vinicius enters the game of the players, he has to concentrate on the football and not on what happens outside.
Que ellos no lo pueden ver, pero que la prensa de Valencia lleva ya 2 semanas haciendo titulares de Vinicius, aquí te esperamos, Vinicius.
Yeah, the journalists, the newspapers and everything, they started the game 2 weeks ago already with heads. And they're like, Vinicius, we are waiting for you, like, because they want him not to concentrate on the football but on what happens outside of the pitch. So that's going to be a difficult game.
Thank you, guys. It's been an immense pleasure to hear about you. We could continue forever and ever, but
yes.
Thank you. We'll hope of the best for the season, and I'm sure that we'll we'll have lots of great games to watch this spring, and I hope to be in touch. Our president sends you a lot of regards, and maybe we'll see you in Spain or in the matches, or even in Cambrilsin. Why not?
Yes. And maybe we go to Finland sometimes. I've never been there. So, yeah. Yeah, and our greetings to Otto too. Yeah. Yeah, and he sent Òscar some nice gifts. So I really like them too. Tell him. I really like them too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.